Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Teaches, and who am I with as always? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off. Drip 54. Project 2025, kill my dog, motherfuckers. What's going on, Joseph?
What's up, man? How are you?
Yeah, you on mute, bro. You on mute.
Oh, I'm muted on the audio.
Episode 154.
Well, we bounced that back. I got.
You on mute.
Yeah, that's about right. I'm good.
You giving me shit. You giving me shit because I missed the cue to start.
Well, because I'm always. There's times where I've been muted on the stream for a bit, but not on the audio. It happens, man.
No, I know, but I thought my dogs were gonna be chilling.
Yeah.
And then like they're already starting it up, and so I grabbed the smaller dog.
Yeah.
Right when you gave me the cue, so I missed it. But here we go. Let me get this one dog out.
You got a fresh cut.
Fresh cut, baby. That's called fascist chic.
I don't know what. Yeah, that's.
1 second.
You look like you're about to go volunteer. They're going. They are crazy dogs, man.
Okay, now the smaller dog is hiding under the bed, so hopefully we're good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I like that haircut. It's very, about to go sign up.
Oh yeah, I don't know. You don't sign up, bro. They just they enlist you.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you're coming.
Nah, man, come on, man. I'm the head of Antifa. You know what I'm saying?
That is true, which means you shouldn't have that haircut. You should have a different haircut.
No, I need to,
It's very Proud Boy.
I'm taking classic clean cut haircuts back, dude.
Okay, that's fine.
It's like Kamala took the freedom and the American flag back from the Republicans. I'm taking, my hairstylist told me there's like a name for the cut. Like I've always told them I want it like pretty much like high and tight on the sides, and then and then various lengths throughout my life, whatever on the top. But they never do it because I usually comb my hair to the right, and so they go high and tight on one side, but never do it on the right side. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so my hairstylist is this is Sport Clip, so they give you like the hot towel and like massage your head when they're shampooing it. She's like, if we shape the other side of your head, like on the side, like the other side, and put a hard part, then you could like style it multiple ways. I'm like, yeah, do that. Like I thought that's like what I told you to do in the first place. But she had like a specific name for it, and like I just on the way there Googled fascist chic haircuts because I've been trying to get this right. And
that's what that's called.
It's like a thing, yeah, and like the first article that pops up is like how this hairstylist prevented 25 men from looking like a Nazi, and then like there was a chart of all the like various fascist regimes and the look, like whether it was like Italy, Germany, like Poland, I think had like it was like 9 different places, and they all like it's all like very similar, like the cut.
Well, I'm glad to see that's how you're making your haircut decisions.
No, I just like the style. I mean, this is the longest my hair's ever been where it was until I just got it back.
I'm just saying. The good thing you're walking around in Kamala shirts, otherwise someone's gonna be like, think you're a bungalow boy or some shit or whatever type of names they got.
Man,
you're from Northern Idaho. Northern Idaho, the most dangerous place in America.
I'm just like, I'm doing their haircut better than that.
They have
an Antifa. I was in a poker tournament today. Dude comes in and he goes, "Yo, Mr. Goody, you still wearing a mask when you're out there antifing?" And I was like, "Obs." And he's like, "Why you wear a mask? Cause you're embarrassed?" I'm like, "No, dude, COVID." He's like, "You're scared of a cold?" I'm like, "No, I just think it's funny to say that because it makes you Trumpers' heads explode. That I'm not trying to hide my face because I'm in Antifa. It's because I'm still scared about COVID. I'm wearing a mask outside, dude." Dude, I'm trolling everybody. But yeah, I'm known in the poker world as the head of Antifa, dog.
It's pretty weird, but roll with it.
I've never won a championship in my Dallas Fantasy League. I think we've done it for 14, 15 years. Changed my team name to Antifa this year. Crushing.
Like I could go to northern Idaho with you
Oh yeah.
with that haircut, but they would be like, "Hey man, you need some help," and you'd be like, "Nah, I got them," and that is it. And they just let us keep walking where we were going.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's
Like
it.
I'd be like Christoph Waltz, and you're like Jamie Foxx.
Well, they'd be like, "Oh no, don't worry, I got them." They'd be like, "All right, man, all right." I feel like with that haircut, you mean business, man. Trust me.
Yeah, it's like it's just like how you can give me a G pass, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I'm like,
I can
nice,
give,
great.
yeah, I give you I don't know, I give you a little bit of that white privilege, that complexion for the protection.
Bruh, there's so many times. I think I've said this on the pod before. We're just like, with my haircut, I've had just like old ass black dudes walk up and be like, "Yo, dog, I know you're like down for the cause and everything. Can I get a cigarette?" Or they ask me for like $5
Yeah.
or some shit. But it's always like they just seem like I'm somebody I could be doing anything. I could be drunk eating pizza on dirty 6th Street outside of Aropolos, and this guy's like, "Hey, brother, look, I know that you like with it and everything." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what are you talking about, dude?" I'm wearing a
He's
grease
hyping
too.
you up.
I'm
He's
wearing
hyping
like
you
a
up like
grease too t-shirt. Like, get out of
it.
here.
It's like prompting ChatGPT. It's like
Yeah,
if you just ask ChatGPT to try hard, it will literally give you a better result. And like if you hype it up, be like, "Yo, that was really good. Now, can you do it even better?" Like it actually does work.
yeah.
Um, and they've now designed that into the model itself to automatically feel hyped up, so you don't have to prompt it that way on the newest one.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's what this guy's doing, dude. He's the original ChatGPT, or like he thinks you're ChatGPT. He's the original prompt engineer. He's like, "Yo, man, I know you down with the cause." And like it's like, "Okay, what do you need, dude? What do you need?" He's like,
Yeah,
but
it's like some old unk shit. Like, "Hey, say young gun, say young
yeah,
blood." Be
say
like,
young buck.
hey, young buck, what y'all doing out here in these
I
streets
mean,
this late?"
nothing to do with brother's hair or anything, but I mean, like I would specifically go up to the brothers back when menthols were allowed in California, because
Yeah.
if I was gonna go bum a cigarette, you know what I'm saying?
But now that they're illegal, I guess you could just ask anybody. Or be careful. Can someone turn you in for having menthols? Like,
No,
hey
no,
man, that guy's got menthols. Like,
no. It's
what?
illegal. It's
Where?
illegal to sell them.
Who? Who's got them? Tell me the spot. Where's the shake joint? Don't you
No,
lie to me. I've been
I
listening to
literally the
Project
gas
Pat.
station down the street has menthols up for sale right now, and they're this like I've got a spot where they get menthols from like Arizona or Nevada and keep them under the counter, and specifically Camel Crush, and but that he would charge $18, which
Supp-
sounds crazy, but
Supply
I'm
and
like
demand.
depending where I'm at, if I'm in Calabasas, like that shit's like $14 anyways. Like, but recently I went there and the dude wasn't there, but like some chick was working, and they had a different one, different brand. It's called Montego's, and like everybody who saw it like thought like the box, it looks like a movie prop. It's just like so like weird and like generic. I think it looks cool, but anyways, Montego hundreds. So I've never even heard of this brand, and it's only in
Damn.
hundreds, but they're menthols. So I went with it, and it was just like I was like over it so quick. But then the gas station down the street, they don't even have them under the counter. They just had them up. I'm like, wait. I was like, because I saw they had menthol cigars, which I guess is allowed. And he's like, yeah, these are cigars, but I do have these Montego menthols. I was like, you guys have those here? So I feel like what happened was all the gas stations out here knew that law was coming, and they were allowed to sell through all of the product they had up until the law like was enacted. So,
Yeah, so they just
so all of them, yeah,
stockpiled.
yeah. And so like for like a solid year, I was like still smoking menthols because like I just like I worked in selling tobacco wholesale. Like
Yeah, yeah,
my customers were the head of like smoke shops, so I like just you know could like get it. And then I literally smoked all the menthols like in Ventura County, I think,
yeah. Damn.
except for the Montegos.
Yeah.
But I don't even smoke.
Yeah.
That was like if I did.
Fascist chic. That's insane.
Uh, I don't know what to do. So played in a poker tournament today. And we played in two. One 284 people. I got 34th, double my money. I was like the chip leader for a while, but shit like when shit goes bad in those tournaments, it like often goes bad quickly.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's like I know that this is a common thing that happens. It's like if like I'm not gonna win the tournament or go like final table, but I'm like chip leading, like and it's always like all of a sudden it's like one bad hand and then like 5 hands later I'm out of the tournament. And no matter how like self-aware I am of it, it just happens. And I don't know if it's like the online like algorithm bullshit, like that's just how their like software works. But it's like it's crazy, dude. They're like setting me up. They
Maybe,
try to set me up.
man.
They tried to set me up 3 times. This guy sitting next to me missed it.
Shit, like
He was like,
OJ.
he was on my nuts. He was like he was like trying to become friends with me. He was just impressed with my playing, uh, and uh, and then all of a sudden, like, he gets ace. He's right on. He's right to the right of me, so he goes first. Uh, Usually, he has ace king. I have ace queen 3 times in like a matter of 10 minutes, and I go from like a million chips down to like 300,000. And then it was just like, and then I just made it to the money and got bounced.
Yeah.
But then I played in a knockout tournament, was a chip leader there, knocked out 5 people, and I didn't even make the money. But I got all the money from the bounties.
Yeah, see, at least in that you get the money from the bounties.
Got it. I got bounties on all your heads. Progressive knockouts.
Alright. Let's get in to therapy questions. Therapy question number 1. What movie scared you the most as a kid, bro? I mean, there's always, yeah, we all have some movie that like fucked us up.
Yeah, I was trying to think because there's definitely like like movies where like I like just like got a bad vibe from.
Okay.
But like I don't think they were like a like I kind of realized like I've done a really good job in my life of not watching scary movies. Like I just declared I don't like scary movies
That's
like at
like
a
my
very young
favorite, bro.
age, and then I just have avoided them ever since. Like the last like scary movie I saw that I could think of even like as a kid was Human Centipede, dude, and that was like when I was like kind of an adult.
Yeah.
I walk into the homie's house with my buddy, uh, and they got Human Centipede on, and it's like in like some gnarly scene, and I legit went to the bathroom and threw up. I've never like thrown up from like seeing something before, but
Yeah, that's
yeah,
some weird shit.
that was like when I was younger, but not a kid. I was gonna say like like Escape to Witch Mountain, or what's that movie like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? What's that movie? Like
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Because now I'm just thinking Ace
it's
Ventura
like
when
Babe,
nature
all
calls.
babes go to Toyland or something.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
dude, I would be playing at my babysitter's house, and I don't know, dude.
Yeah, there's the movie Toys with Robin Williams fucked me up. That was a weird ass movie, and then they all become sentient and they're like shooting rockets and everything. I don't think I've
Oh,
watched that movie since I was a kid, but Robin Williams is in it. I think that movie messed me up.
speaking of Robin Williams, what about What Dreams May Come?
Yeah, that
Like
movie.
where he goes to hell, like that.
Yeah, that movie kind of messed me up, bro. That walk
Yeah,
all that, but it was really pretty too.
right.
That had like a good resolution. It was a good story.
I know,
You know what I'm
but like,
saying?
just like do more coke, Robin Williams.
But
Fuck.
obviously, it messed me up pretty good. Stupid movies that scared me.
Obviously, it messed you up pretty good.
Yeah,
Like meaning, like we can tell the residual effects to this day. Is
I
that
mean,
what
I
you're
think
saying?
that's just
What's obvious
universal.
about it?
I think if you had like 10 people in a room or like 100 people in a room, and you're like, okay, when the first time you saw like the Tim Curry It the Clown movie when you were a kid, did that like fuck you up?
Are you talking about it?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
It
so
the
funny because
Clown. Yeah,
so that was that. Guess what? I first time I even like was like around it or like to see it. 8th grade at Chubbs's house. He's dating Nanners. I'm dating Chanel. I take Chanel out. We have like a outside. It's like starts raining. I put her
get
in a
out of
puddle.
here. I'd
I put her
stop.
in a puddle.
Just
We started
stop.
making out.
Just
It was
stop.
like notebook shit, dude. It was like, oh my god. And then we went back to the house, and his mom got us towels, and then it was on, dude. and his mom was like warning us against like watching it, and we were like 13. And so I didn't like
See,
really want
whenever I saw it, I think I was, oh my gosh, like 6 or 7 or something like that, because my sister was watching it and they rented it from Blockbuster and it's 2 tapes, so I watched it and that really like messed me up. And then stupid movie that I was afraid of when I was a kid. Ernest Scared Stupid, dog. Ernest Scared Stupid, for some reason, when I was like real little, that movie fucked me up, bro. I have no idea
I
why.
forgot about wait.
Oh, like the trolls. The trolls just like
So
really
hold on,
creeped me out.
Ernest, like that's like
Yeah,
that
like
was like a bunch of movies, right? It's like
yeah,
the
like
white guy.
Ernest goes to camp. Ernest goes to jail.
Yeah, yeah,
Ernest
yeah, yeah,
saves
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
Ernest Scared
Dude,
Stupid, bro.
dude, I feel like he like fell out of the culture,
No,
like
I
it's
think he died. Actually, it's pretty sad.
no, no. I just mean like like you never like because we're all about nostalgia nowadays, you know.
Yeah,
And I don't ever see Ernest coming up in like this like nostalgia shit that like
Vern.
yeah.
No shit. I have every Ernest movie on Blu-ray. Dead ass.
Even though it fucked you up.
Yeah, well now I look back and I'm like that's dumb. But when I was a kid, the
But
trolls
why are
are
you buying the movies though? Like
because they're Ernest movies. It's like there were combo packs. It was like Ernest Goes to
uh
Camp and Ernest Scared Stupid like in one. I was like, I like $5 at Walmart. Like we scooping that bitch. Like that's going down. And then you find them all and you're like, damn, I got all the Ernest movies. Because they're absolutely ridiculous. Ernest Goes to Camp, amazing movie. But Ernest Scared Stupid, something about the trolls and they like throw milk
scared
at
you
him.
out stupid, bro.
They throw like milk and shit at him. It was just like weird. They weirded me out and creeped me the fuck out when I was a kid. And then scary movie that spooked me out when I saw it in theaters, Scream. For some reason Scream messed me up for a little bit. Like for like when I was like a kid, like getting home after seeing that movie, I was like, bruh. Like they know.
It's like the black guy just dies in the beginning. But that's
Oh,
every horror movie.
yeah, but that's made. I think that's really when I started to pick up on it. I was like, oh shit, dog, there's a pattern. Has anybody found this out yet? And then you realize like that's whatever. You wake up the next morning, there's a business card in your mailbox. You look at it, it's got an address. You show up kind of like on some Men in Black shit, and that's whenever like you. That's how you start. That's when you join the
Hey,
black.
speaking of which,
coalition.
Ross from Friends, David Schwimmer.
Yeah, the Schwims.
Yeah, he got offered the part for Men in Black, and he turned it down because he was directing a movie at the time. Like he got like a 3 movie deal with the studio, and his negotiation was that he gets to direct a movie, and then he'll sign the deal. And so he like I guess he was doing like a play, and he got a bunch of or a different movie or something like before a play, and he got a bunch of those people to be in the movie, scheduled at the same time. So he felt like obligated to do it.
He didn't do Men in Black. Damn.
And he like obviously regrets it. He's like, I would have been a movie star.
Nah, dog. I don't
Probably,
think that's his.
probably.
Yeah, probably, but I don't think it would
What do
have.
you mean?
It wouldn't
Will
have been
Smith
his last.
sold Tommy Lee Jones to us, man. Like as if he was cool. Dude.
Oh! I thought you meant he was gonna take Will Smith's part.
No.
Oh, Schwimmer was
Schwimmer. To be honest, I didn't like actually fact check like which part, but I'm assuming Will Smith's always in it, and it's just the white guy.
So replacing Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones is great in that. He already was a movie star. Fugitive. Then you follow it up with U.S. Marshals, such an underrated movie. You got Robert Downey Jr. Like, I'm trying to get my acting career back. I'm sorry I did coke all the time. Robert Downey Jr. Like, so good. And he's like, oh, I'm back again. Let's chase a black guy through the woods. Like, it's great.
You know what's funny is like until I got sober, I sincerely doubted that like Robert Downey Jr. was like actually like completely sober. I'm like bullshit, dude. Like he just like has like money and his like enough shit together around him like where he's not getting in trouble anymore. But there's no way this guy is not getting fucked up. But now that I'm like sober, I'm like, oh yeah, I could see it. It's like he's having all the success because he's not probably getting.
Yeah, because he's not doing that goofy shit, and he was running around with a pack of wild boys, so he came out the best. I mean, I remember whenever he was on the show, his real big break in getting back into acting and being a household name again was when he was doing the Ally McBeal show. And there's at the end of a season where he's playing the piano and he's singing a song, and it was like I just remember like my mom was like all crying, upset, sad. Like that's back when TV was still like TV. You know what I'm saying?
My parents appointment TV. Ally McBeal did.
Yeah, like that was like a big TV moment, and that was really like his coming back into everybody's good graces. Everybody was like, "Man, look at him. He's doing good. He's so talented." And that's really when they started to give him another chance. Then he rolls that into Iron Man, and after Iron Man, he just explodes. Then it's just like game over. Like, what are you talking about? You tell people those stories, they don't believe it, which is good for him. Now he's doing another go round with Marvel as Doctor Doom. Like they're bringing him back. Like it's fucking wild. They almost created.
I mean, dude, the dude's box office,
Yeah,
baby.
but it's like they basically created the multiverse just to bring him back in a different form. It's
Well,
pretty.
wouldn't you say that Iron Man created the multiverse? Period. Like as far as like as we know it now.
Well, it's yeah, but I mean it's even
It
yes.
was the first big ass Marvel movie that kicked off this whole run that they've had for like the last like 20 years.
Well, I mean the first big Marvel movie is Blade. I mean everybody knows that. Blade
Okay, but
started.
no, but you know
Wesley
what I'm
Snipes
saying.
gives your boy. He starts the whole
Like where
Marvel
they're doing
universe.
like this superhero
No, for
like
sure. That's
franchise shit.
and then they did Iron Man 2 and 3, and those were like good.
Do you know who wrote Iron Man 2? Justin Theroux, the actor, who also wrote what's the movie where Robert Downey is in blackface? Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote that too.
Hmm.
And oh, just like David Schwimmer used to fuck Rachel from Friends.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Heard it here first. Inside scoop. That was all over the place.
So that's why I'm out here in LA, dude, getting scoops.
From Ally McBeal to Marvel. All right, therapy question number 2. If you had to pick one, I haven't done either. Skydive or bungee jump, or if you've done.
If I had to pick one,
Yeah.
no, I haven't done one, dude. Your boy doesn't ever think about being scared of heights, but dude, immediately like hit me in a ropes course, dude. Like my knees start to like shake and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like I don't identify as scared of heights, but my body does. So I don't do that shit. But if I was gonna do it, I would do skydiving, dude. I'm not trusting like some rubber band man.
Yeah,
like,
that's bruh. Bungee
yeah.
jump. It's so wild that people bungee jump. That's such a stupid idea.
Right, like, and I want to be like jerked back, like
Stupid technology from the '90s that became popular.
Is that the first bungee jump?
No, I doubt that. But I'm just saying that made it like I'm sure base jumping
definitely was a white
that.
guy.
Oh, a white guy was like, "Hey man, I'm just gonna start base jumping and jumping off shit with this rope, not even a bungee, and just jump off with this rope." And you know what happened one time? His rope broke. That dude fell into a bunch of trees. It's actually a really sad story. He died. But
this is a real story.
But like the math, yeah, like the probability of you dying doing that is like insane. So bungee jumping is absolutely stupid to me. I don't know why. Even the little slingshot. I don't want to be slinged or shot.
Okay, well, like
or whipped.
I'm conflicted about this thing. Because I used to really enjoy it, but like the more I think about it, it's really fucked up. Like when somebody's bungee jumping and they like throw the rope like that's not connected, and they're like, "Oh, wait."
Oh yeah.
What? Like
that's like
what are we doing? What are we doing?
It's not the state fair where the guy's like, "Hold on, I forgot to put your buckle in," and then they drop you in the little Superman things. Those are funny when they launch you and they trick you. That's different.
We're joking about like safety at the bungee like site. Like I don't think so, dude.
Or on the Superman. See, and I'm to the point to where I almost don't trust like fair rides. Like I'm not like all.
See, I've come full circle on that.
Like Six Flags, like. No doubt. Busch Gardens for show. Like SeaWorld, yep. But like if it's like the county fair,
upside down for hours at the county fair in Ventura, like recently, and I'm still going on those fucking rides.
Nah, bro. I couldn't do it.
I'm not going on the Gravitron. I'm not going on the like just like if its only purpose is to spin and make me dizzy, fuck that. But if it's like wild and a little janky and it's like going up in the air real high, I'm into it, dude.
Nah, bro. See, like when I was a kid. Even to this day, like I hate heights, like on some shit, but not like terrible. So I would like climb a ladder. I wouldn't mind being on the roof. I wouldn't mind doing that shit.
I could do shit
but no, I'm just saying, like but I feel like just like with the ocean, bro. Like I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna look over this like 50-foot balcony down and be like, oh, what's that? Like with somebody standing behind me. Nah, dog. Like that's not happening.
Yeah, and like if I'm like ever like by like a cliff that's like super high, you know,
There better be a rail,
like
dude. There better be handrails with a catch safety
yeah,
net.
it's like my body won't even let me get to
The
like
edge.
remotely close to the edge, and it feels like I'm on the edge.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
do that. Yeah, no, that makes my anxiety go wild. But
like when you see those
I would
people like climbing
skydive.
like the buildings like and shit, like going up, like
Yeah, I'd skydive. I'm strapped to some dude who's done this a bajillion times and is certified in doing it.
and
Like our
statistically
both
is
of
gonna
our
die
lives,
from it, and he's gonna die from it.
but our lives we're attached. We are in this together. If I died, this
Okay, but that
motherfucker
could go
dies
both
too.
ways. Because
No.
my brother, the
Unless it's
first
like a
time,
really rough day for the guy and he's like, this is it, man.
my brother went skydiving in Hawaii for his first time. He said like the dude was
First time.
just like straight up on meth, and like was like crazy as fuck, and just like randomly like, it was like just jumped out when like without like warning with the it's like, so like I don't know if I want that either. Like I'm not like
No,
so
I don't want to
desperate
go
to
to some
skydive.
like.
Yeah, I'm gonna like vet the guy I'm going with. I'm not just gonna like out on
But
a
it can't
whim
be
like.
too much, right? Because like you can't be like what's her name in that like fucked up fucking weird ass church, the lady with the big hair. There's a documentary about her on HBO, but they crashed in her like private jet, and she was some like evangelical crazy woman, super holier than thou, and I wouldn't have gotten a plane with like any of those guys. Kenneth Copeland, I'm not getting in a plane with Kenneth Copeland. That thing might go down. That charlatan, like I'm not doing it. Sorry, bro. I'll fly Spirit.
So, well, you know what it really is? It's like I'd be down to skydive. I just know that there's a huge possibility I want to be up there in that plane, and it's about to be go time, and my body's like shaking like a bitch. I don't want to like put myself or anybody else through that like physical mental breakdown that potentially could happen, and like you know, it's really that.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds.
Like I don't want to like the shame that I would have from like from going up in the plane and not jumping. It's
And
not worth it.
refusing. Yeah, I'd have to be like, you'd have to tell me like, look, man, even if I say I don't want to go, you got to just fucking go. Like
Yeah,
I'm.
see now it's like why are we even doing it in the first place? Like if this is where we're at, like it's like
Nah, man.
I don't even know if my body will physically let me do this because I'm gonna be so scared. Well, let's go do it anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. Therapy question number 3. Not really a therapy question. It's more of a topic. I don't need to bring up like the whole article, but I don't know if you've heard in North Carolina there is a
North Carolina
Lieutenant Governor Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson is super holier than thou, super holy roly, anti LGBTQ plus, anti everything. I mean, he just says like zinger talking points all the time. He just basically shouts out random bigoted things at the dinner table, like someone's like toxic family member that does that all the time. Well, it's come to find out that he's actually while being anti-gay, anti-everything, anti-porn, anti-porn, anti-everything.
Oh, hold on. I don't know if he's anti-porn.
Well, we'll come to find out he's not.
Well, obviously.
Obviously,
but like
he's
okay,
not.
like so like he like is for sure like prejudiced against transgender people, but then on this website, and I don't know about you, Joseph, but
He makes
who amongst us hasn't left a bunch of comments on like a random weird
porn
like,
forum.
Well, yeah, porn forum that's not even like it's like, dude, step your game up, get browsers, get Pornhub, hit the search engine PornMD. Come on, bro, you're on Nude Africa.
So I don't even know. That's wild.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
That's wild.
Like, God,
that's like the far reaches of
porn
space.
Is so accessible, like the highest quality, like all the varieties you want. From companies that everybody uses. This dude's got to go to Nude Africa, and he's got to state for everybody where he lives, his birthday, use his actual email. Said that he doesn't like transgender people, but transgender
So
porn.
yeah,
It's hot.
yeah,
It's like taking the guy out, but not taking the guy out.
stop.
He said that.
No, I
And
know.
then he also talked about fantasies of banging his sister-in-law, aka his brother's wife, like on this shit, dude. Like, and he
Yeah.
said he was a black
Oh, hold
Nazi,
on. Oh
and
yeah.
he
Oh,
said he wanted
hold
to bring
on.
slavery
Slow
back.
down. Slow down.
Just saying, dude.
It's rattling off tons of stuff.
This guy's been like,
But yeah, no,
bothering me
this guy's running for office.
for
So
governor of North Carolina. He is the Republican nominee,
and he's got
handpicked by Trump.
Yeah, Donald Trump and a lot of people actually have supported this guy. He is the active lieutenant governor and makes this unbelievable wild remarks, and he's done this the whole entire time. But now he's like all of this stuff, which is supposedly this has been in the works. This article coming out has been in the works.
The Democrats finally came to play big boy politics. They had all this information, and they waited until the last day that it was possible for him to take his name off of the ballots before they went out. So they held this information, dropped it on the day so he has one day to absorb this and get out, or now the Republicans gonna have to deal with it for the next 2 months, and that's what's happening. His entire staff quit. It's like, y'all, he was a fucking like crazy asshole, like
yeah, already. But now it's just like a sunk ship. So, and then also, sidebar note, there's been a lot, I'm surprised this didn't make it, but there's been a lot of information coming out on this Matt Gaetz story, this internal investigation, text messages, money trails, geo-tracking. So supposedly, and I said this, there is a guy who's already been convicted of doing what Matt Gaetz is accused of doing, transporting like minors with the intent of going to parties and sleeping with them, all sorts of weird shit. He's already been accused of doing all of that, right? And
like he was like with Matt
this
Gaetz.
This guy took a plea deal, like guilty. He pled guilty.
It's like
He's
Michael Cohen went to jail for like what Trump just got convicted of. Yeah.
And so that's where the whole Venmo transaction thing, that's why there's so much public knowledge about this already in the open space. But
and also Kevin McCarthy won't let anybody.
Well, yeah, but now it's like
he won't talk to anybody without mentioning Matt Gaetz likes younger women. So.
But now we know for a fact that this has been going on because now there's text messages, geo-tracking them at the same place, eyewitness testimonies of seeing them there at these parties together at some like sex party thing, some Diddy party, bro. Like there's all sorts of wild stuff.
It's not a freak
he's
off.
done. He's cooked.
It's a geek off.
He's cooked. Yeah, he's cooked.
Because they're a bunch of dorks.
There's definitely like not just ethics like violations to kick him out. To kick him out? Yeah. Oh no. I mean,
okay, bro. Like just because we got friend of the pod George Santos out of there so that he could do his real job, what he was built to do, cameo. Just because they did that, that's so rare. It's like the first time ever, like since like the fucking like Civil War era.
Yeah, but if there's somebody convicted of like trafficking of a minor and they're in,
dude, they ran Roy whatever the fuck,
Roy Moore.
Senate. Yeah, Roy Moore for the Senate in Alabama, dude. Like he was like openly molesting.
Well, yeah, he was like, I was 21, she was 14. You're like, whoa, dude, what are you talking about?
I don't think it was 21. It was like 24 or 14, dude.
Yeah, that was messed up.
But they were at the mall. It was fine. It was a different time.
Oh, that's gross.
She was partially related to him, so it's it was okay now though.
It's interesting. So what they were saying is the bar for some of these, where it's like, especially at the point where Trump or the Trump party, or the GOP or whatever, the Republican Party is at, like somebody like him could even make it on the ticket in the first place, and they didn't even vet Mark Robinson.
Because Trump said that's his guy. He
I
said
know.
He's like Martin Luther King on steroids. He's better than He's twice as good as Martin Luther King. Meanwhile, Mark Robinson on Nude Africa said that if he would call Martin Luther King, and he had like a fucking like hardcore racist name, before Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's.
And okay, I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. The bad vetting problem. Yeah,
AI did this. The shit was 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago. They're old comments, bro. Like that's what's even wilder. And the no vetting, just because Trump said he's the guy, and then
Well, I'm telling you, governors don't really get vetted. Like that's why, it's like yeah, Shapiro and Waltz and Gretchen Whitmer. You know, it's like they've never really been vetted like you get vetted for president or vice president. It's like a totally different thing. So, but at the same time, dude, yeah, the fact that he's lieutenant governor, so he already got elected in that state, which is crazy because Roy Cooper is the Democratic governor of North Carolina and also was in the running to become VP for Kamala. I'm glad she didn't pick him, but not that he's a bad guy. It's just like he's old and we didn't, it's like we gotta
And you got
move
this,
on.
you got this crazy asshole in the
Yeah,
room.
this crazy asshole. He was
Yeah, it
already
comes
down.
out comes
He was
out that
down
he's
10 points in the polls before this shit came
yeah,
out.
it comes out that he's a black Nazi.
That he's a black person.
Yeah, a black person. Therapy question number 4: would you hitchhike across the country solo? Only way you can do is
Are there like can I do like caveats like where I'm not like I'm going to make it across the country and I'm not gonna get like sexually assaulted?
You just gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Just well, no, obviously not, because otherwise I would have already done it. Like nothing's stopping anybody from
That'd be
doing
real
that.
Johnny Appleseed-esque, like a
Yeah,
futuristic Johnny
yeah, that's some
Appleseed.
wook wook shit.
I'm just hitching rides, man, following Humphreys McGee.
I mean, that sounds tight, like in the 70s, 60s.
Well, yeah, whenever you were like, I won't get murdered, but that's when the murder rates were
Well,
crazy.
even not even the murder part, but it's just like you don't have a cell phone. It's like you don't know where other people are. Uh, like we do now.
Yeah.
So it's like you're kind of like out there just on your own, anyways.
Yeah, the hitching the ride part. You'd want to be not you want to be hitching a ride during the day. I feel like I don't feel like I'd want to be hitching rides at night.
One time I got a pink, giant swivel chair. It was like sofa like, but it was a chair, and I used it and it was pink, and I was just like, oh, this is cool. At a garage sale in Muir Hood, Southridge Lakes, and then we were like trying to haul it from the garage sale, and it was like so heavy, like the way that it was built. Hitchhiked, saw a truck coming, hitchhiked, threw it in the back of the truck, drove us over to Stone Lakes, bada bing, bada boom, baby. That's the last time I hitchhiked.
I don't think I've ever hitchhiked.
Yeah, well, probably not good for you, especially in the areas you've lived.
Yeah.
That's how you end up missing.
Yeah, I hit out in Texas. Hey man, let me get a ride. They'd be like, no.
Yeah, jump in here.
Yeah, come on in, bud.
Yeah, let's go check out my ranch.
I found this
56 acres.
I found this black trucker, and all he does is drive around, and he tells you what to look for. He's like, if you're black and you don't want to get killed, and just like all he does is run around and basically tell you like if they're following you, they got street watch, they got this, like it's pretty wild.
What is this? Like he does videos?
Yeah, he just like from his truck, and he's like,
yeah,
oh,
bro,
you don't.
Yeah. See, and this is why autonomous trucks are coming, dude. We don't need you goofing around on your camera.
What does he say? He's like, we're sitting there, and if you see people out in the street and they're watching you drive by, that's city watch, man. And they're radioing ahead. Some of it sounds pretty paranoid. Like he's like out driving too much. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of meth,
he should stop at a Flying J and like take a nap. He's like, oh no, man, that's the headquarters. That's where they get you. I don't know. I might, maybe hitchhike if you had to.
What's the purpose, dude?
I don't know. Just to
no,
do it.
I would only
for a documentary,
if I
for a
didn't
self-filmed documentary where all you.
I don't want to do it if I have to. If I'm desperate to get this ride, it's like I'm doing it if, like for leisure and an experience. Okay, but like I don't want there to be like pressure and stakes on it because like fuck that shit.
Well, that'd be like the greatest race is solo.
I know, but like things aren't going well in my life if I have to be hitchhiking across the country. You know?
Would you hitchhike across the country for $10,000?
How long does it take?
I don't know. However long it takes you. What is the lowest amount of money you would hitchhike across the country for?
I mean, you have to consider that you might die. So There's got to be a premium on it. I don't know, 50 G's,
You would go
50
50,000,
racks.
50 G's. You would hitchhike across the country.
I mean, like, what is my policy? If anybody offers me 50 G's, I'm saying yes and figuring out the rest.
I'm trying to think. Like, so let's say you start out, you've got $1,000. $1,000. You have to hitchhike too. You have to, so you can't like. But if you like hitchhike,
$1,000, that's gonna be blown on weed like real quick.
oh no, and you can bring supplies. So you get $1,000 cash when you start, and you could bring like a backpack's full of whatever. So if you wanted your phone, you could have your phone.
Why
with the charger. Well, I know. I'm just saying. So there's some things where it's like you think hitchhike, you think you don't have shit. So let's say you have like your phone, you have a charger, you got $1,000 cash, and then you can bring anything else like clothes. If you wanted to bring clothes, you could bring like 7 shirts.
I mean, there's a scenario where it's really fun. There's a scenario where it's like you're walking most of the time because nobody wants to fucking pick up hitchhikers anymore. I mean, like, obviously, Mr. Rational Confidence over here, I probably just get picked up by a bunch of hot chicks who are, like, already, going across the country. And
we're driving all the way to
every national park on the way, bitch.
Yeah, we're touring every national park, and we're going straight to Niagara Falls. And you're like, oh, hell yeah, let's go, dude.
Yeah, because if anything fucked up happens on the way, Niagara Falls is a good way to get rid of a body, you know what I'm saying?
I guess. Jesus. I still can't believe this guy was like
not financial advice.
Mark Robinson, man. I still can't believe this guy's like
he's crazy, dude.
That's like the wildest, weirdest thing to get caught. I saw this meme. It's this guy, and they're like moving him and like moving his stuff, and there's like a VHS player, and the wife, there's like a tape in it. She like pushes it in. It's like, oh, and it like turns on, and it's like Girls Gone Wild, and they're like, whoa, and they like open it up, and the dad's in the corner like, oh my god, what the fuck.
When I found those floppy disks with the bad porn on.
Yeah, yeah, but like to get caught being like racist about MLK and saying all sorts of stuff on blackafrica.com. Is like
I don't feel like he feels like
it's so weird. That's so weird.
He's not embarrassed, bro.
No, I mean obviously not. He's said he's like Uncle Ruckus, but he says both his eyes are still good. Like he is a fucking cartoon character of a person in every bad way possible. Yeah. He is Uncle Ruckus.
At least he's a pastor.
One of the best Uncle Ruckus quotes is, and they're like, "Why do you like white people so much, Uncle Ruckus?" He's like, "White man just a joy to be around. Smell like lemon juice or Pledge furniture cleaner." That's like the best lines ever.
You know what the gas chamber smells like? Pine Sol. Denzel told me that.
Or well, did he tell you, or did he tell somebody else, and you just witnessed the conversation?
Denzel told me that.
Oh, okay, tight. That's tight. That'd be really weird.
That's on pod, dog.
Yeah, they're like cleaning his pool, and he just walks up behind you. He just walks up
on gravity. Homie,
he just equalizers your ass and like walks up behind you, and is just like gas chamber.
Not equalizer. Like... Man on Fire.
Nah, because he got to be sneaky with it. That would be creepy. Man on Fire, he'd walk up and pick you up.
People's keisters, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I guess either way, he's a slippery man. No matter what, whenever he's out there murking people, Denzel's like hard to catch. Except for John Q. He's like, I want you to know that I'm here. Other than that, he's all like, ducking, dodging. Even his Coach Boone, he's like, ooh, ducking your racism. Ooh, ducking your bad teamwork. Ooh, like he's got the moves down, right? Ooh, ducking your bad haircut. The moves like Jagger. Ooh, missing out on Ryan Gosling being a horrible corner. White guys can't play corner. I wonder if that's when they were like, They're like,
Ryan Gosling?
Isn't that Ryan Gosling? Yeah, Ryan Gosling plays the corner who gets benched in the movie. He's in Remember the Titans.
Oh, crazy. I bet you he was in the Mickey Mouse Club. I bet you he never played football in real life.
He is in the Say Cheese and Die episode of Goosebumps, the original Goosebumps TV show.
Shout out Goosebumps. That was like my favorite.
And it's that's the one with the camera, and it shows somebody getting hurt, or like, oh, they look like they might be dead. That one he plays the main character in Say Cheese and Die. The camera's stupid though, bro. It's like huge. It's like this weird, fucking like telescope looking thing, Polaroid. I mean, it's kind of like alien-ish, but yeah, he plays the main kid, and you're like, oh shit, that's Ryan Gosling because he looks the exact fucking same. But you can watch him in that, and you watch him run, and you're like, nah, bro, that kid could never play corner.
Yeah, no,
they better never put him in a football movie. Fast forward, he's in Remember the Titans, and he's costing him touchdowns. He's getting smoked, man. Costing him games, dude.
Yeah. I'll knock his ass out. He'd wake up in drama club where he belongs.
On pod.
That's on pod, bro. Shit, I was Nickelodeon anyways, Mickey Mouse Club. Fuck you. Except for shout out Christina.
I didn't know anybody that was really like. I guess my sister was in the Mickey Mouse Club, but I didn't get that shit.
I literally have never ever seen Mickey Mouse Club. I've never seen like it on like the guide on TV. Did not like really know that this is like a show, and it's just like constantly producing like our biggest stars. It's like just name them. Like literally you could just like name like whoever was like a star like 15 years ago.
Justin Timberlake, all of them.
Gosling, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears.
Like almost, yeah.
It just goes on and on and on.
But that's like Menudo, because Menudo had Ricky Martin, had one of the Backstreet Boys in it.
Are you comparing a Menudo to the
no
Disney Corporation?
No. But I am saying is that there was a bunch of pop stars created out of the group Menudo.
Right. Well, that's more like K-pop shit, like BTS.
Yeah, BTS. I don't get that K-pop shit.
That's right, y'all.
I get it.
Come for us. K-pop's whack. No, I'm just kidding, man. You know I go Gangnam Style on them.
No, I mean just the K-pop boy band stuff. It's just an interesting scene, and then some of the groups are huge. There's like 8 guys in them, 9 guys. I feel like it's too many.
Yeah, well, especially when they think they're getting big paychecks.
It's like a whole
you split it 8 ways.
It's like a whole like Mortal Kombat roster. It's like a whole tower.
They're Asian.
Well, no, I'm just trying to think of something that has a massive roster, or fucking Apex Legend.
Mortal Kombat.
Apex Legend. And anyways, Mortal Kombat's got people from all nationalities,
they're all like
races, creeds, from all over the world. But there's a lot. There's like 12 people in Mortal Kombat, like original characters, something like that. Even less.
There's like
actually.
one white guy.
What are you talking about? There's
like Sonya and a whatever white guy, and that's it.
No,
absolutely. The rest straight out of Tokyo, bro.
No, Johnny Cage is definitely American. You have Jax. Jax is a black guy.
Johnny Cage is Asian.
No, Johnny Cage is an American.
Asian American.
No, he's like a blonde Ken doll.
Okay, maybe that's the guy I was thinking of.
Sonya Blade's a white girl.
Yeah, those are the two.
Kano is an
token white people.
Kano's an Australian white guy with a red eye.
All right, shout out. Australia's close to Japan.
You do have Scorpion and Sub-Zero. They're ninjas. So, yes, they're Asian. Although, I mean, I guess this is very early 90s. So, yeah, they were like, okay, we have ninjas. They got to be Asian.
No, it's like Nintendo.
Shang Tsung. Then you have Goro, Japanese. Who's a 4-armed monster. I don't think he really has any nationality. He's like a demon.
All of the gaming consoles are coming out of Asia, bro. That's why these guys
Then you have
Asian.
Nightwolf, who's Native American. Get out of here, dude. You have robots there. Cut out of here.
Asian robots, bro.
There's some like Aztecian god-looking dude who's really crazy looking. He's in it. They have a reptile bitch. They have an actual reptile. Come on, man.
Reptile. Bitch.
Mortal Kombat is included. Yeah, I mean, because she's like kind of crazy and mean Melina, and she's got some wild.
You want to hear really like random.
Baraka. What is Baraka? He not
random memory that I've banked into my head. I went to go see Mortal Kombat, the first movie.
Absolutely.
In the theater.
Yeah.
The boys got Sour Patch Kids. I go to go pee, put the Sour Patch Kids in my mouth so that I could grab my penis and pee. And that fell out of my mouth and went into the toilet, and I was like peeing on them. I was so fucking devastated. Full box of Sour Patch Kids, just ruined my fucking day, dude.
And like that shit's expensive, so you can't be like, I need more Sour
Back
Patch
then, it was
Kids.
probably like $2,
I
dude.
can't go, yeah, but then it'd be like $2, $2 more fucking
No, I
dollars.
know, I know. I knew I was not getting more Sour Patch Kids. That's
That's not
that wasn't
happening.
even a question. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm so upset.
If you were like, I
I was
dropped
like,
them in the urinal and peed on them, either you get hit, or they'd be like,
no,
you're lying. Well, me, it'd be like, I get hit, or you're lying. Even so, I wouldn't even say anything.
you're lying.
I just bite the bullet and be like, damn, I just don't get candy.
I don't think I told anybody, dude. I just took that shame to
Yeah,
30
just
to
bit the
37 years
bullet.
old,
You
baby.
bit the
To
bullet, and
37, I'm still talking about it.
you got bite the bullet, and you don't say anything. Just like, yep, I lost my shit because.
Or bite the nunchucks, since we're talking about Mortal Kombat and it being
But
exclusively an Asian
the
thing.
way I broke it down, Mortal Kombat's actually very inclusive. Now you could make a case because Shang Tsung is Asian, and then Liu Kang is Asian, and
That's
Liu
what I was
Kang
thinking
in the
of, yeah.
movie is kind of like the main character because Shang Tsung kills his brother, and he's like, nah, and the sky's all purple, and then you know what I'm
Liu
saying?
Kang.
He goes back to the Shadow Realm type shit. And then he's like, I gotta go to Mortal Kombat so I can avenge my brother's death.
You tell me Raiden's not Asian, bro?
Raiden's actually, I think, played by the guy who's Highlander, who plays Highlander. I dead ass. I don't think in the original one. Nah, that's a white guy. No, dude, it's the guy who plays.
Okay, but when has Hollywood ever been shy about like casting white guys to play other races?
Well, back then a lot. They were like, shit, Liu Kang. I guess we can't pick this white guy. Sorry, Aaron. You can be Reptile though. You can just wear a green suit and you'll run around.
I like Reptile. One of my faves.
Yeah, Reptile was tight. Reptile's tight. But he has a small cameo. You don't even get to really see him fight.
Yeah, I mean, because it's Sub-Zero's world.
But Test Your Might, that song, that techno song, Test Your Might, is like classic, all-time classic song.
Oh, YouTube's gonna hit us on the copyright if you keep going, bro.
No, it's my own interpretation of it. So yeah, it's parody.
Alright then.
Let's drink your Sprite. Do you need your break? I kind of need it. I gotta return a phone call. It seems pretty crazy. I can't talk. I can tell you about it off air. We will be back.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
And we are back, baby, for the top. All right, Mr. Joseph.
Since you refuse to put not Apple News links, I'm having to go and look, and then I'm adding them, so I have a way to do it.
I know, and I've used those links to put in the show notes whenever it's published. But if you just show me how to do that, I could do that. I literally thought you could do that, and then tried, and it wasn't letting me when I tried again. So if you just teach me how to do that, I could.
Yeah, well, I just looked to see where it was from, what the article was titled, and then I just
go to the website.
I just Googled it and then copy paste and put it up. Okay. That was easy.
For sure. Okay, so this first article comes from Reuters. It's by Elizabeth Diaz. More than 100 killed or missing as Sinaloa cartel war rages in Mexico. I put this in here because I feel like I haven't heard about this at all in the news, and it's right here in Mexico. All right. Mexico City, September 20th. Some 53 people have been killed and 51 others are missing in Mexico's western Sinaloa state since rival factions of the Sinaloa cartel began clashing on September 9th, local authorities said on Friday, with gruesome violence showing no signs of abating. The trigger for the conflict between the two most powerful factions of the Sinaloa cartel, a drug gang, dates back to July when legendary trafficker and leader of one of those groupings, Ismael El Mayo Zambada, was arrested in the United States. Zambada, 74, alleges that a senior member of the Los Chapitos, another faction of the cartel, kidnapped him, then flew him to the United States against his will. Since fighting broke out September 9th, shootouts have disrupted daily life in the capital, Culiacan, where schools have had to close on some days while restaurants and shops shuttered early. Sinaloa Governor Ruben Roca Moya on Friday said more than 40 people have been arrested in recent days, while more than 5,000 food packages have been handed out across Sinaloa. Mexico's military, which has struggled to calm the violence, on Thursday arrested the alleged head of security for Ivan Archivaldo Guzman, the leader of Los Chapitos and son of jailed former Sinaloa kingpin Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Fernando Perez Medina, known as El Paya, was captured in Culiacan, according to federal security sources. Meanwhile, Mexico's federal attorney for environmental protection said it was providing resources to local authorities to feed a tigress tied to a tree. Senior Sinaloa narcos often keep tigers as pets and animals.
Well, let's take a pause.
Okay, it was
Yeah, so that's huge because Chapo got caught once, then he dug his way out and escaped. Craziest shit ever. They built a tunnel. It had air conditioning. Think about that.
And had a track with a motorized
train cart.
Yeah.
Like a mining car to transport dirt into a house. Escaped. Then now he's in the Supermax. They have him locked the fuck down in the middle of Florence. So there's no way. In Colorado. There's no way he's escaping. I think he's where the Unabomber and a bunch of those guys are.
But the 9/11 terrorists, we can't have them leave Guantanamo Bay and go to we can't put them in a Supermax in the United States. I remember it's what Republicans justification for keeping them. It's we have the worst people in the world in the Supermax and none of them escape.
Yeah, they're not going to escape. But then his son got arrested, which he got. No, he did.
Well, his son's been working with the American feds, the DEA and shit.
El Chapo's kid?
Yeah.
Oh, I believe it, but he get arrested. He got arrested once and then he was released. And then he got picked up again. That's what they're saying is one of his sons was picked up. El Chapito of the Los Chapitos. No,
it was his bodyguard or his head of security.
And son of jailed former Sinaloa cartel kingpin. So Archivaldo Guzman, the leader of the Los Chapitos and son of jailed former Sinaloa kingpin El Chapo Guzman. That's his kid. And then El Mayo is kind of a mythological figure in the cartel world because he was not front facing at all. He was never around. He was never in the forefront, always in the shadows, always making moves and doing stuff, but he was never big into the flash and frill like El
I'm
Chapo.
telling you, read that again. They arrested his head of security.
Oh, four. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
no, but his son did get scooped up too.
I know, but like his son's working with the American feds about getting the Zambada guy, but whenever he gets kidnapped, like little Chapito kidnaps him and brings him to the United States. The United States government had no fucking clue that this guy was in the United States, and so that like since he was, they arrested him, but they like didn't tell him to like kidnap this guy. Like
He
they were
just
just
did it.
trying to
He's
like
just
get him
swinging
for.
it.
Yeah, he was just like fuck it.
Yeah, because his son got arrested at the border in Laredo. Because I have a buddy. Um, shout out my buddy Caleb. He's working at the border. He was like working that day when that shit happened, like working security at the border because he's Texas National Guard. So
Wasn't there like a huge shootout like and shit? Like
not really. I mean, he got scooped up pretty quick. Not like a mega shit. So he was on post, and it was maybe like 500 yards down the post from him. So there was all sorts of commotion and crazy shit. And then they went over there and checked it out, and he was like, "Oh shit! Oh, that's fucking crazy."
well now he's out there just like
That was like
like,
it was like his
I
first or
didn't-
second week on the job.
I didn't know that there was different factions of the same cartel that are like rivals. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like bad enough these cartels are like at war with each
Well,
other.
think about it.
Now they're
El Chapo's gone. El Mayo. So you have all these guys. It's a power vacuum. You have Los Zetas, Barrio Azteca. You have a bunch of different. You have Mexican Mafia, Texas Syndicate or TS.
but are they all in the Sinaloa cartel?
La M, which is like the Mexican Mafia, I guess. You have a lot. No, they're all separate. Like,
Right, but these guys are all in the same fucking cartel fighting killing each other.
yeah, but these are the guys who sell their shit. So there's like, or some of them are cartels. Like Los Zetas is a bunch of former military and former like SWAT guys who just decided to say fuck it and start their own cartel. And they have like tanks and Hummers and helicopters and minigun. They have like military grade stuff because it's all ex-military guys. So if you're in the military and you want to join the cartel, you could join Los Zetas. Those guys drive around on like APCs and shit. They have like
What the fuck is that?
That's a armor.
Armor protector, personnel carrier.
Yeah. Look at you. Played a little Command and Conquer back in the day. But
nah, dude, I like listen to like war podcasts.
yeah. But like, so they like drive around in those things with like rockets strapped to them and go like roam around, and that's like a faction of the cartel south of the border. And then they all rival, but those are like smaller cartels. Sinaloa cartel is someone who like they distribute to everybody. So if like I own a grocery store, but some of the shit I buy from like wholesale Sam's Club. You know what I'm saying?
No, we were just talking about this because this girl that I'm talking to, she works for a company that buys pharmaceuticals in bulk and then distributes them to various pharmacies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our name's just like talking about. He's like, "See, we got to cut out the middleman, man." And I was like, "I know, but like these pharmaceutical companies, they just don't have the logistics for the distribution, so they need to like outsource it." It's like exactly what I did. Like we buy a bunch of premium cigars in bulk and shit, and then we go sell them to the smoke shops because the companies that make them, they just didn't like that wasn't their part of their business. Like, or they weren't good at it.
Okay, fair enough.
Just the last part. U.S. officials have privately confirmed that they held talks with Guzman, but U.S. Ambassador to Mexico Ken Salazar last month said the American officials were surprised to discover Zambada on U.S. soil. Salazar added that no U.S. resources or personnel were involved in the July 25th kidnapping of Zambada. The other part was that Mexico's president, AMLO, who's on his way out, well, just because they elected his sidekick, but she hasn't been inaugurated yet. So the United States was partly responsible for the instability because they carried out this operation, referencing the prior surrender talks between U.S. officials and Joaquin Guzman Lopez, the trafficker who kidnapped Zambada. So Mexico's president is blaming us for making a deal with little El Chapito. All right, next article. This is a good one because we grew up using TI-83 plus calculators.
Yep.
Yeah, and there was like it was like pretty like innovative, like the shit that people could program on those for it just being like a graphing calculator, like games and there was like some like ways to cheat like on there, like where you could like save shit and then like bring it back up.
Yeah.
Well, well, guess what, baby? It's 2024 from Wired Magazine. Benj Edwards and Ars Technica. Or Ars Technica, I don't even know. Some mad genius put ChatGPT on a TI-84 graphing calculator. Cheaters of the world, rejoice. Although you're going to need some serious hardware skills. On Saturday, a YouTube creator called ChromaLock published a video detailing how he modified a Texas Instruments TI-84 graphing calculator to connect to the internet and access OpenAI's ChatGPT, potentially enabling students to cheat on tests. The video, titled "I Made the Ultimate Cheating Device," demonstrates a custom hardware modification that allows users of the graphing calculator to type in problems sent to ChatGPT using the keypad and receive live responses on the screen. ChromaLock began by exploring the calculator's link port, typically used for transferring educational programs between devices. He then designed a custom circuit board he calls TI-32 that incorporates a tiny Wi-Fi enabled microcontroller, the Seed Studio ESP32C3, which costs about $5, along with other components to interface with the calculator systems. Ars Technica. This story, I guess Ars Technica is like a publication that this story originally published on, and then Wired republished it, is what it's saying. What do you think about that, dude?
It's kind of badass.
It is, but I also feel like that it's probably unnecessary.
No, and I feel like that's obviously difficult. I'd be more impressed if you were able to build that and pull that off, especially whenever like you would need that to be cheating on something. That would be the
Right, but like, aren't we like past these like, obsolete like tests and shit? Like, like right when ChatGPT came out, like November 22, it's like all the schools were freaking out, like, oh fuck, like, hey, how like everyone's gonna be able to cheat, and then all of a sudden everybody realized like this shit is gonna exist in the workplace, and like they need to know how to like use this, and like instead of us like being like dedicated to these tests and like the way shit has been forever, we should embrace AI and then make it part of the curriculum and move forward that way. So it's like, do I because ChatGPT exists, like, do I need to be answering these questions on this test?
Yeah. Dang, this dude went to work though. That's badass. Yeah. I mean, that's fucking
like, that would be badass if it was like nobody even knew about ChatGPT, and you just had this like AI bot like just feeding you answers like in 2003. Like, that's tight.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi connection would be shit though.
No, well, whatever. Get the dial up done.
Yeah, but you could sell that shit. You could flip them hoes. You could punch in math problems. You could use the keypad, punch in equations, and it give you the answer. You could punch in a full equation.
Right. But so why are we testing on that shit? Like, like if I don't know.
It's worth noting that the TI-32 hack isn't a commercial project. Replicating ChromaLock's work would involve purchasing a TI-84 calculator, Seed Studio ESP32C3 microcontroller, and various electronic components, and fabricating a custom PCB based on ChromaLink's design, which is available online. So he's posted the schematics on how to build this fucking thing. That's tight. I mean, some kid's gonna be able to build this shit. That's what I'm saying. If you could take that shit apart, make your own custom circuit board, hook it up to the Wi-Fi.
Right. Then you don't need to cheat on your test.
You're a genius. Like, that's genius.
Yeah. Give them the A right there.
Yeah. So you could just turn around and flip those at school. Like, hey man.
For sure. I mean, that seems like a lot.
Like I mean, that would be a lot.
Like, it's hard to scale that as a random YouTuber.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like if you could make them and you were in school. If you could make them in school, you could be like, oh, I made like 5 of these. Like, you could be like $400, and somebody would be like, okay.
Make them in school?
Like, while you were still in school, if you could design that yourself.
No, I thought you meant like why you were actually physically at the school.
No.
Where,
Like
is
at
where
home
you
and
would
sell them.
primarily.
Make
like,
them.
Why would you?
No, make them and sell them to people at school.
Right. Yeah.
You'd have to keep that on the mega DL though. Be like, "Duh, bruh, don't get me in trouble."
Yeah. Right. Like first person who gets caught.
And then to cap it up, then that's what you present to win the science fair. You're like,
exactly.
Boom, and everyone's like, "Oh, bruh," and it's like, "Yeah, I had one the whole time."
Like, and I used to say this. It's like I would spend more energy figuring out a way to cheat on tests than if I just studied. You know, I was just, I don't know, more down to like subvert the rules than just pick up a book and fucking study it.
Who does that? Books. I mean, that doorstop.
What's a book?
No, I like books.
Okay.
That's badass.
So, yeah, shout out. But what I was remembering though is like TI-84s existed when we had the TI-83 pluses, and I remember like that they were supposed to be more advanced, except for they didn't like do like some of the shit that we needed, so it's like wasn't even better.
Besides ChatGPT, it also offers several other cheating tools. An image browser allows users to access pre-prepared visual aids stored in the central server. The app browser feature enables students to download not only games for post-exam entertainment, but also a text-based cheat sheets disguised as program source code. Nice. Chromalock even hinted at a future video discussing a camera feature, though details were sparse. His new device can bypass common anti-cheating measures. The launcher program can be downloaded on demand, avoiding detection if a teacher inspects or clears the calculator's memory before a test. The modification can supposedly break calculators out of test mode, a lockdown state used to prevent cheating. This guy's a genius. That's like fucking badass.
I mean, like, of course it was inevitable this was going to happen.
Yeah,
but gonna do it.
Yeah, but on a TI-84, not even 84 plus, all they did was just go up.
Do you even have an 84 plus?
No, I mean, not yet. We only got the plus, the extra plus now. We only got to 84. We just got to 84. We just got here.
No, I'm telling you, they had 84s back in the day, dude. I remember like having one because it was like my sister's or something or somebody's, and it was just like, it was like more advanced but like unnecessary for what we were trying to do, and it was like better to have the TI-83 plus.
Yeah, the TI-83 plus, the clear one, dog. You want that clear one?
Nah, black.
That was an old lick. I know somebody, not me.
Calculator's black, my Lambo blue.
Not that it was me, but I know somebody who used to steal TI-83 plus calculators from like Walmart, and they would take them, and this is back at the old Walmart, and they would set them in the garden center and put them over in the back. They had a spot in the fence where they would put them back, like they would stash like 6 of them back behind this little area, and they could reach underneath the fence and just yank them from the parking lot and take off.
How do you monetize that?
You go return them somewhere else. Bruh, it was the wildest shit ever. I was like, you're going to get caught doing that, and when that does, like, that's going to be some wild shit to get caught. That's crazy work, bro.
Dude, you can't even get deodorant now without, like, it being behind a case. How you got TI-83s out?
Because they just had them out. They were just out.
Goosey.
That's what they used to do. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was the late 90s, baby. Early 2000s. For the 9-9. Yeah, they were like, oh.
9-9
I'll pick you up at the airport right at the terminal. Not anymore. I gotta wait for you, and like I gotta wait on like the phone call parking lot, because if I keep doing
but can
laps,
we all agree that like everybody else being allowed to go to the terminal was stupid? Like,
yeah, that's pretty well.
We don't need to be taking our shoes off. This is a fact. The TSA, the airport security that they put in after 9/11, has stopped. It's been what, 23 years? 0. That's right. Prevented 0 terrorist attacks. The TSA, just billions of dollars, in, like millions of minutes of time, like added on to everybody's fucking.
Well, yeah, I mean that's just
for nothing. It's show security, dude.
It's just a bloated government program. But yeah,
it's literally there's a term for it, and it's like performative security. it like makes you feel safer because they're doing all that shit, even though that shit has no proof that it,
That
makes
does
you
anything.
safer.
Yeah, but I want one. I'd retroactively, if I was a kid, I'd want one of those fucking things. That's badass.
Oh, for sure.
That dude's a genius.
All right, y'all. Next article, Washington Post. Now, let me preface this. The Iron Ape, when we were all in a Joshua Tree,
Yeah.
you know, on in the fifth realm on some mushies. Uh, the Iron Ape was trying to sell me on that the petroleum industry, like big oil, came up with recycling, like recycle, reduce, reuse, and it was like a way that they could sell the public on plastic. And so I'm like, I'm like, dude, that sounds like such a fucking conspiracy theory. It's like, it's like nothing is pure anymore. It's like, oh, even like the whole like green, like going green, recycle. That was a conspiracy by oil companies, and I looked it up, and no, it was like started by these, fucking green people. Well, guess what, y'all? Title headline of the article: California accuses ExxonMobil of lying about plastics being recyclable. Full stop. The state alleges that the oil company deceived the public to convince us that plastic recycling could solve the plastic waste and pollution crisis. The state of California sued ExxonMobil on Monday, accusing the oil giant of misleading the public about the effectiveness of plastics recycling and contributing to the flood of bottles, bags, and wrappers polluting waterways in the state and worldwide. In the first lawsuit of its kind, California Attorney General Rob Bonta alleged that ExxonMobil has engaged in a decades-long campaign of deception that caused and exacerbated the global plastics pollution crisis. ExxonMobil is a major producer of the synthetic substances used to make plastics. The lawsuit, filed Monday in San Francisco County Superior Court, seeks to hold the oil titan accountable for allegedly falsely promoting all plastics as recyclable. Some recent estimates suggest that only a small fraction of the plastic produced gets recycled, about 9% worldwide, or about 5 to 6% in the United States. So it's even worse in the United States. That's insane. I did know that stat, that it's like 90% of the shit you put in the recyclable bin doesn't get recycled. But it's even worse. It's like 95%.
Damn.
Yeah, for decades, ExxonMobil has been I just read that. ExxonMobil lied to further its record-breaking profits at the expense of our planet and possibly jeopardizing our health. During a news conference Monday, Bonta said his lawsuit is, in part, demanding ExxonMobil put money into a fund to the tune of billions of dollars to abate the harm caused by their deceit, their lying, their perpetuation of the myth of recycling. The money, Bonta said, could go toward public education about recycling, as well as research and development into ways to effectively recycle plastics. The lawsuit is also seeking other remedies, including civil penalties. What do you think, bro?
I mean, if they've been lying about this shit, fuck yeah.
Yeah, like, I know, because like, okay, so my mom is like a one issue voter. It's abortion. She's a hardcore Catholic. She always votes Republican, but she is a recycle Nazi, dude. Like, if I put something in the recycle bin that's not supposed to be there, she's like calling me out. If I put something in the trash that's supposed to be in the recycling, calling me out.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Recently, I'm putting plastic in the recycle bin. She's like, no, that's not recyclable. You know what's not recyclable? The plastic bags the trash bags that you put the recyclable in, not recyclable. So my mom empties the trash bags of all the recycling into the recycling bin because the trash bag itself can't recycle. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
That's too much.
I know, like, and I didn't get the fucking memo. Like, how does like she's like all up on like what's recyclable, what's not.
Yeah, I mean, well, she's got to stay up to date. She's a recycling Nazi.
Right, like for you, like it wasn't just like it's plastic or paper or glass. Like,
Well, I knew that so much.
recycling.
I knew so much of our shit wasn't recyclable because they were like, "Oh, if it's a pizza box and it's got grease on it, that can't be recycled. This can't be recycled." But I'm like, that's like half of the shit that's in my recycling bin, dog. So you
See, what I thought was like it was all the shit we're putting in the recycle bin is recyclable, but just the process to getting it there and getting it recycled is just like flawed, so it never makes it. That's what I thought. I didn't know that none of the shit doesn't matter if it makes it to the fucking like recycle factory. It's just it was bullshit to begin with.
Why can't we like just melt it down and make like, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what they said
like
they were doing, dude.
like a Thunderdome out of it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that.
It probably just cost them too much, and you know, and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they really don't give a shit.
Every single piece of plastic that's ever been manufactured is still on Earth right now. And there's like that giant ass like Texas-sized like trash island that's in the ocean. It's just like because of the currents, like all this trash in the ocean like comes together, and it's just like this huge island. Literally, the size of Texas, of just trash in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah, and a lot of, what is it? 70% of the trash in the ocean is from fishing. It's plastics, and it's like a large, or sorry, 30% of it's like fishing nets and shit like that, because we overfish, so we leave, like, fishermen leave so much shit behind, and people that do the deep sea netting and shit, that shit just stays out in the ocean, and it just all, yeah, that's fucking wild. That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like
Why don't we just scoop that shit up, dog? Just scoop it.
what up?
Scoop up the trash in the ocean. If it's all going in one spot, that's easy. That's like sweeping into the corner. Let's get the
It's
dust.
in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, we got planes that fly around. They get air. Like, oh, fuel me up. Put some fucking cruisers out there. Some, you know, send off some jets to refuel every once in a while. Let's scoop this shit up.
Scoop up the surface area of Texas and
Yeah, on
in
some,
the middle of the Pacific.
We'll just cut it down over time.
No,
Do
it's
some.
gotta be possible. I don't know. I don't know, dude.
Do some tailspin shit, like swoop in real low at the net and like scoop that shit up and fly off, and then bring another one, scoop that shit up. You'd knock it out. It'd take you a couple weeks.
I mean, I feel like we've already crossed the Rubicon. Like we have every human has like plastic, like remnants in their bloodstream. You know, it's like there's no like this shit's everywhere, dude.
Yeah, microplastics.
I know, like I remember I heard like one time like that it's really bad to like drink a water bottle after it's like heated up in your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now I got like 8 water bottles in my car that are like that I like left in there, like they aren't open but they've been heated up, and then I'm just like I just wait to get desperate and then I chug it.
Or you give them to someone
and
who's
feel like cancer.
Someone you don't like. You're like, hey man, you want a water? It's like,
I don't
thanks,
give
man.
shit I don't hang out with people
Thanks,
I don't
man.
like.
Thanks for this Dasani, bro.
Here's some micro.
You're like, red flag number 1, I'm giving you Dasani, dog. That's Nestle water. That's like devil's water.
I think Dasani's owned by Pepsi.
Or Coca-Cola, I think, actually.
Okay. What's Pepsi then? Aquafina? Is that 7-Up? I don't know.
I know Nestle owns one of them, and they're the ones who got in trouble because they were like, oh, it's filtered. And they're like, bitch, this is tap water. And they were just like pouring people.
Yeah, but that's a trash-ass company, dude.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So if you're drinking anything Nestle water, you're just a terrible person.
Dude, I got a rare glimpse into Nestle. I was in the belly of the beast when they hired in a bunch of consultants to come and like fire thousands of people. I was like in the room randomly. And it's just like literally like the smartest like people they could find like conspiring to like how to efficiently lay off thousands of people so they can boost those profits, baby.
Yeah.
For the shareholders.
They're evil.
Yeah, go back to Europe.
What should we do? How do we fire 1,000 people? Ooh, I have a great idea, Gunther. Now get out of here. Chill with your tap water. With your tap water bullshit. Don't even got a pure or a Brita. You ain't got a Brita in the house, dog. You just Nestle water. Get out of here. Nestle's so evil. That's
okay,
a
but
documentary
you know
series.
The most bitch-made thing ever is like somebody who like won't drink tap water and has an opinion about you drinking it.
Yeah, if you don't want to drink it, that's fine. But then to be like, hey man, I can't believe
Tap water?
I can't believe you drink that, man. I thought you were different.
Whereas, like, for me, it's like, bro, America's so tight that, like, you just go anywhere and get fresh water for free on tap, literally. That's like God shit, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out Aquifers.
Shout out Aquifers.
Way to go, Roman. Kill Jesus. I was like, no, that was the juice. All right, y'all. I saw this article this morning and it bothered me. This is from The Guardian. Shout out the UK. Project 2025 mastermind allegedly told colleagues he killed a dog with a shovel. Revealed. Former colleagues claim Kevin Roberts told them he killed a neighbor's pit bull around 2004. Now, if y'all don't know, I have a pit bull close to my heart. Nicest dogs ever. The man behind Project 2025, the right-wing policy manifesto that includes calls for a sharp increase in immigration deportations if Donald Trump is elected, told university colleagues about 2 decades ago that he had killed a neighborhood dog with the shovel because it was barking and disturbing his family, according to former colleagues who spoke to The Guardian. Kevin Roberts, now the president of the Heritage Foundation. Heritage Foundation is a conservative think tank that, amongst other things, wrote Project 2025. Also, they were they came up with Obamacare, and they gave it to Mitt Romney to implement Massachusetts, and then the black guy adopted that policy, and then it was the worst fucking thing ever. But it was Republicans who created it.
Yeah.
Fun fact. That was the Heritage Foundation. Now they're just like off the fucking rails. While he was working as a still relatively unknown history professor at New Mexico State University. My recollection of his account was that he was discussing in the hallway with various members of the faculty, including me, that a neighbor's dog had been barking pretty relentlessly and was, keeping the baby and probably the parents awake, that he kind of lost it, took a shovel and killed the dog. End of problem, said Kenneth Hammond, who was chair of the university's history department at the time. God damn. Roberts denied ever killing a dog with a shovel. He did not answer questions about why several people say he told them that he had. This is patently untrue and baseless story backed by zero evidence. In 2004, a neighbor's chain pit bull attempted to jump a fence into my backyard as I was gardening with my young daughter. Thankfully, the owner arrived in time to restrain the animal before it could get loose and attack us. The people who say that they heard Roberts talk about killing a dog at the time said they found the apparent admission to be unsettling, and said that they did not ask Roberts, who, as a conservative Republican, was already seen as something of an outsider among the university's mostly liberal academic staff, to provide any more detail about the incident. Yeah, dude. Your coworkers are coming over here telling you about like how he killed the dog with the shovel.
It's like, oh, you're gonna. So how team's doing pretty good this year. I mean, I know it's doing. Yeah, I killed my neighbor's dog yesterday with a shovel. My baby.
Because it was barking.
My baby's sleeping. God damn it. Like, oh, cool. Awesome.
Like, that's sociopathic shit, dude. Like the, not caring about animals. Like Trump, where it's like anything negative Trump can think of, it's like a dog, No clue that everybody loves dogs.
I think that people were not eager to engage with him over this. It sounded like a pretty crazy thing to do, and people didn't want to get into it at that point, Hammond said. Yeah, no one wants to talk to the guy.
I might punch him in the fucking face, but other than that, I wouldn't want to,
let people
hear this nut job, telling me about his, kinks.
Dude, that's wild. That's fucking crazy.
Dude, I give him the shovel, make him dig a grave. Put him on trial.
We saw that cop the other day too that shot a dog. I hate this. That's just fucked up. It's just a doggo. Yeah. Heritage Foundation, bunch of dudes trying to make decisions for the world, and there's one of those weird ass groups, and you hear about them a lot, but they're Team Project 2025. So the 2025 guys trying to killed a dog with a shovel. That's disqualifying in so many aspects of life, just right off the bat.
But unless this is a different person, he's already resigned as the head of the Heritage Foundation because all the heat. And then they caught him on a hot mic, and he's like, this is all political. He's like, we're like, me and Trump are good. I had to step down, because people were talking about 2025, but yeah, we're fine.
Oh yeah, I saw that. No, I saw that hot mic take where the guy's recording him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we're good. We're totally fine. We talked yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's like he's just saying he doesn't know about us till it all dies.
I thought, I guess, would you ever say Trump's a good liar, or he's just not and it doesn't matter because with his Project 2025 shit, he's like, I have nothing to do with that. I've never even read it. there's some good stuff in there. There's some bad stuff in there. But it had nothing to do with it, and I've never read it. It's like, oh, if you've never fucking read it, bro, how are you commenting on it?
Well, yeah, it's like I'm sure you would support it whether you read it or not because they're just telling you to. So you telling me
literally everybody who wrote it is a part of his administration. J.D. Vance wrote the foreword when they published it as like in a book. J.D. Vance wrote the foreword for the book before he was like the vice president. Like, I mean, what the like. Fucking, Santa Monica fascist Stephen Miller is like the head writer of this shit. Like, that's his butt boy.
And he's a weird dude. Stephen Miller is weird.
Yeah, Stephen Miller, in case y'all forgot, he used to throw trash on the ground in his high school, and he said that he was like keeping the janitors' job security by making them pick up his trash.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he was like old man bald by like 22, because he's just such a dick that the world was getting revenge on him.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
What else you got?
Well, peace and chicken grease, baby.
I hadn't been back to play live poker until since the tournament that we went on.
Mm-hmm.
But I went yesterday before I picked up Wera. I sit down and like this kid is at the table, like 2 seats to my left. He's like, dude. He's like, I've played with you before. You are so funny. And I was like, I thought you were gonna say such a good poker player. But I was like, oh, I guess I'll take funny. He's like, so you're so witty, man. But shout out Lucas, in case you're listening, because he hit us with the sub.
Oh.
But so I played with him before, but then the guy who's sitting in between us, he said his name was Don, but then when Don left, the other dealer came in and he was like, Don. He's like, that guy's name's Alvin. I was like, okay, whatever. But both Lucas and Don, like, I've never seen like just consistent raking of chips. Like Don was like had like $400 like that he was trying to leave, and he was trying to stack all the chips into like the racks, and he was still taking hands while he was there, and he won like $250 more, like just like in the interim leaves. And then Lucas, like, just like, I think like I saw like at least twice or 3 times where he like flips his hand over thinking like there's no way, like he probably like lost, and then it's like a huge pot. So he's like, oh, he's like, what, 9s are good? And there's like $75 more coming his way.
Damn.
Yeah, it was wild. It was hilarious though. So Don gets up, and a guy who's sitting like across the table has been witnessing Don just like, pissing money like out of his dick into his like wallet. So he wants Don's seat, because like all these poker players in the room believe in like hot seats. Like 6s and 3s are hot right now. Like they like it's weird, man. Like they could be totally rational about everything, and then like they start talking to me about shit like that. It's like, dude, the cards are not the same. Like, it's like if I fold my hand a little bit differently, than you did, if I was sitting there, then everything's different. The butterfly effect. It's like, it's not like cards are just consistently. It's like how the dealer brings them in and mixes them up and then puts it in the machine. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, he sits down, and I just have a feeling that this is not going to go as well for him. And I didn't really catch any cards. I'm like sitting around like what I bought in. I get pocket queens. I'm like, at this point I'm like short stacked. I have like 35 left, $100 buy 'em. And I bet everybody folds. I'm on the button, so it's just me and then the small blind and big blind pre-flop. And the small blind is $2, $1. I just bet 5 with pocket queens. The guy who just took over the hot seat re-raises me to like 20, and I'm like, I feel like I'm getting bullied here, but I actually thought I was like really ahead, and I was like, all right, I'll go all in. And then flip it over, I got pocket queens, he's got pocket kings.
Damn.
Like, God damn, that seat is hot. And then Lucas is like, because one of my queens was club, and none of his kings were, he was like, clubs. I'm like, nah, I'll just take another queen, dude. And boom, immediately on the flop, queen.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like, not even kidding, like 3 hands later, all that guy's, all of his chips are gone. He's leaving the table. Hot seat, baby.
Damn.
I never switch seats when I'm there because I just like would not be able to handle it if like I switch seats and then the seat I left is just like crushing.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So I'm like never gonna put myself in that position.
Any deep words of advice?
Meditate, bitches. Get on the 5th realm. Namaste. All day.
You heard the fascist chic haircut guy say it?
Allegedly.
But no, be good, be safe, like, follow, subscribe, comment, share, whatever. We always appreciate you guys listening and checking us out. It's always a good time. We're gonna be at 155.
Oh, and also we're gonna start streaming on TikTok.
Yeah, we'll start streaming on TikTok too. So we'll do a TikTok too, Timbuktu. We'll be streaming on another platform, of course, live, 0 editing. We just kind of roll with it, so it should be fun. But I've been able to create the alleyway, so we'll have that set up because I got something that was added. So it's like, hey, if you want to, we totally can. So we're gonna start streaming it on.
Yeah, it's like that's where the people are.
Yeah, we should. So we're gonna,
even though YouTube is like, I think more watched. But
yeah, but I mean, we're doing. It'll be
get
be
to
fun.
them all, baby.
Yeah, why not?
Every single one.
Yeah, some people say you got to just do one, and I'm like, nah. Like, why wouldn't I not just? Some people think that you should focus your building your audience on one spot. I'm like, no, man, this is fun. Most of our audience is listeners, so it's just fun to stream it. We would do it this way anyways, so it's just nice to have people like be able to watch us do the process.
The audio, but guess what? We're like distributed on like 30 platforms on the audio, like shit I've never even heard of.
Yeah. Well,
like I've read the list and I still like forgot all of them except for just like Amazon, Apple, Google Podcasts doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah. R.I.P. I like Google Podcasts. All right. Well, y'all be good. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. And as always, go fuck yourself.
Shout out.
Recording stopped.